Two teams that are definitely not tanking, two teams at the other end of the spectrum, the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Back in week 4, when Jordan Love was coming back from the MCL sooner than he should have, we believed at the time, the Vikings at Lambeau Field ran out to a 28-0 lead and held on to secure the victory and move to 4-0. The Packers have only lost a couple of games since then. The Packers have lost twice to the Lions, once to the Eagles, once to the Vikings. Elite teams they've lost to. The Vikings are 13-2. I'm 13-2 straight up picking Vikings games and 11-3-1 against the spread. And I haven't picked the outcome of I haven't picked the Vikings to win every week and they've won 13 and lost 2. I've picked other teams to win. I've picked them to lose to the 49ers. And I might pick them to lose today. Who knows? They're underdogs at home by a point, which seems a little kooky, but it's a reflection of, number one, as you say, the Vikings are the most overlooked 13-2 team we've ever seen. And everybody thinks the Packers have that Super Bowl or Super Bowl glow to them. And that's why the betting is a little out of whack where, if this was at Lambeau, the Packers would presumably be favored by 4 points.
Right.
So, or more. So they're 1-point favorites at Minnesota, Chris. Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
Of course you got to go.
Give me something about the game. We got time to kill on this
cool.
one. Give me your initial thought on it, and then I'll give you my pick.
Yeah, all good. I mean, you are wearing a Viking sweatshirt, so I feel like you got to lead it off. But, yeah, I think one of the biggest things is Minnesota's run defense, right, which is one of the best in football, against what I would call the best traditional run game in football, right? I know they don't have Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen to add to their running stack. I'm talking about running back, hand off the ball, up the middle. Green Bay's running offense in that capacity rivals anybody. It's as good as anybody in the sport, right? And then to couple that, like we talk about all the time, they're a team that loves play action pass. They make you defend the whole field, and they're very good at when they drop back to pass, they got a lot of creative ways to hit 20 and 25-yard throws. So where that could pose problems for your Minnesota Vikings defense is, right, hey, we're down there in the box. We want to scare them from the run. We want to be down in there, but we're going to bail out, right? Oh, wait, okay, ready, set, hut. Oh, wait, we're bail out. Oh, wait, it looks like he's about to give the ball to Josh Jacobs. Hold on. Oh, no, he kept it play action. Now I got to run back. We're Romeo Dobbs and other guys, Jaden Reed, are going downfield. That's where I think it can pose some problems to the creativity of the Vikings defense. I think you'll have to be a little careful about how much you disguise and try to back out of looks, because you could get out of position, right, to where that could get you gashed a little bit. So that's something Brian Flores is going to have to mess with and tinker with a little bit on that side of the ball. And I think that's really, to me, the biggest part of the matchup. And that's where I'd ask you. I mean, what do you think? You think Green Bay can run the ball on this Minnesota defense and the way they played throughout the year?
Let me ask you this. In your review of the film from the first time around, how much of it was Jordan Love just shouldn't have been playing, and how much of it was Brian Flores and company did a great job of confounding him as he made his decisions and as the Packers tried to get their offense going?
No, I think it was a lot of Jordan Love rusty, and they didn't even trust him at that point. That's why I think it's a different matchup. They're playing at a different level right now as far as the way he's playing. And then, like you heard me say at those times, like they were managing Jordan Love just up until 3 or 4 weeks ago, really, just because of the injury, lack of practice time. You didn't trust where the ball was going to go. It was kind of everywhere. So that's where I think it's different. He's playing pretty efficient right now, and they got that run game rolling to a different capacity. So that's where I don't expect those type of results. I am going to take the Packers here. All right, I'm going to go Packers 30-23. I think kind of a late touchdown wins it for them, or a late field goal makes them go up by 7, something of that nature. But I think they will control this game, and I think the Packers are rounding into shape to be Super Bowl-ish, like you talked about.
I have become a believer in the Vikings becoming the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
To get there, it would be helpful to beat the Packers on Sunday. Now, they could still lose. If the Lions lose Monday night, then it would be winner take all the following weekend. But I think the Vikings are going to do it. I think they're going to win the next 2. I don't know what's going to happen after that. I have no idea. but I think they're going to win the next 2 and take the 1 seed. Yes, it would be a great story, and sometimes I'm influenced by that more than I should be. But it's just amazing to think how good they've been and how much better they've gotten. Something clicked for that team in the second half of the Cardinals game, and they have been pretty damn good ever since. It was 21-21 against the Falcons, and then they hit the gas pedal and they win 42-21. The Bears game, there were moments, there were inflection points, but it never really felt like the Bears were going to win that game. It was interesting at times. And then this past weekend, to do what they did in Seattle, they have a tough time winning in Seattle. They hadn't won there since 2006. They've had their asses kicked there in the past. And that throw that Sam Darnold made, I think one of the best throws of the entire season, sprinting up into the pocket and hitting Justin Jefferson. So I think the Vikings will pull this off. I've got 30-27. That was the final score of one of the worst games in Vikings history, the 1998 NFC Championship overtime. Falcons 30, Vikings 27. I think the Vikings win this one 30-27, setting the stage for next week. Winner take all, 1 seed or 5 seed. Cowboys, Giants, 1993 style. 49ers, Seahawks, 2019 style.
Yeah.
I feel like it's coming,
Hey.
and that requires the Vikings to win.
That would be awesome. I hear you. I certainly don't think it's crazy. I just feel like this Green Bay team is rounded into form. And I think it's a little bit of – I know people are talking about them lately. The one thing they're not talking about is their defense, right? They're one of the rare teams in football that really are – top offensive football, one of the top defenses in football. That's going to be interesting too. And there's no Jair Alexander as of yet, right? Which will make a big deal if they can get him healthy for the playoffs. But
he's done well against Justin Jefferson,
exactly.
too.
He's one of the few guys you can feel like he can match up and do that a little bit. It'd be exciting. I'm pumped to watch that game almost standalone-ish on Sunday afternoon and give you crap the whole time. Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.